Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. It's been just over 3 weeks. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S8 after using an iPhone all my life. So this is the video to find out my experiences in last 3 weeks, what I like, what I don't like in Galaxy S8. Okay, let's start with don't like. The first one is unlocking, and the unlocking process on Galaxy S8 is somewhat bit slow as compared to iPhone. To give an example, let's do a demo. Okay, to unlock an iPhone, you just press a button and boom, it's done. Whereas on Galaxy, you have to wake the phone and then you have to swipe, scan your irises or fingerprint or do a pattern. So to my personal liking, that is a bit slow. So that's something I don't like in S8. The next one is notification badges. As you can see on the iPhone, any pending notifications, I have badges. For example, on a mail I've got 1, App Store I've got 3. So whereas on S8 there's nothing of that sort. It only shows badges on the mainstream apps such as phone, messages, and I believe couple more, but not all apps doesn't show any badges. I'm using a Nova launcher, which I've been told it's the best in the game. It does have an option of badges, but it doesn't work really well as it works natively on an iPhone. The second one is iMessage and FaceTime on an iPhone. I've been using an iPhone all my life. A lot of my friends and family, they have iMessage and FaceTime as well, so that's how we communicate. If you are in any of the iMessage groups, so you won't be getting those messages. There are alternatives on S8, such as WhatsApp, or where you can do audio call or video call. Even you can do in Viber, I believe, or Google's own Duo and Allo. But that's not as mainstream as iMessage and FaceTime. Next one is a very small thing on S8. When you getting a call on WhatsApp, the screen doesn't actually show the name of the caller. I'm not sure if that's related to the S8 only, or is it all the Android phones. You have to wake the phone to see who's actually calling. Wherever after the new iOS 10, WhatsApp and all the Viber calls are integrated into the call logs. You can see who's calling as a normal caller would appear. The other thing is in WhatsApp on S8, if you're calling and talking to someone and a normal standard voice call comes, your existing WhatsApp call would disconnect. Whereas on iPhone, it goes on hold and you can come back to the call where you left off. So that's very small thing, but that's something I don't like in S8. The next one is the App Store purchases that I've done on the iPhone. I've spent a few $100s on the apps, some good games, Grand Theft Auto, Sniper, and Hitman. So those are the games I want to play on Android as well. So I've downloaded and have to pay that again. That's a one-time cost, but that's an additional cost. The next one I don't like in S8 is the integration with my other devices. Being in Apple devices, iPhone works perfectly well with that. For example, call forwards, handoff if you're working on an app, and you can pick that up from your iPad or your MacBook. On S8, obviously not an Apple product, so it doesn't work really well. One of the things I miss the most is while searching anything on my Apple TV, for example, searching on YouTube, on an iPhone I could just type on my iPhone and it appears on the Apple TV. Wherever on Samsung, that's not an option. I have to use the Apple TV remote to type. Small thing, but that's something that I don't like. The other thing is the apps on the S8, the third-party apps, especially, for example, if we go to say Twitter, the app it works really well, but it's not as smooth as that's available on. Let's bring that up on here as well. So yeah, I think the one apps on iPhone are a lot smoother, very fluid, whereas on an S8 it's not as smooth. The next one is keyboard. I'm still getting used to the keyboard on S8. I've downloaded Swift Key. I believe that's been told it's one of the best keyboards available on the Android market. So I'm trying that out, but it's taking some little time to getting used to the keys. And whereas on an iPhone I could type without even looking at the keyboard. I think that's probably something that will come with time. But as of now, I struggle typing long emails or long text messages. I have to go back and edit them, and so that takes a bit of extra time. So these are small little things I've found on S8, which are little cumbersome, little small little hassles, but yeah, I wouldn't say anything is major apart from the App Store purchases that I've done that I have to buy again. Okay, now the things that I like on the S8. The best thing I like is the wireless charging. I've got a wireless charger here, which I've bought. So all I do, I just put this on this and it starts charging. Obviously it's not connected, so it's not working at this point, but I've got a couple of these in my study and my bedroom, so it works like a charm. Being as it's in a standing position, so I could see the time and the charge positions and notifications there as well. Works like a treat. The second thing is no iTunes. You don't need to connect to iTunes to transfer any data, any movies, any songs, anything that you want to download to your device. You can just plug your computer to your PC or even a MacBook and just transfer it across. Really easy. There's even an app called AirDroid, which lets you transfer wirelessly to your device, so even better. I haven't tried that out yet, but something to try later. Next one is battery life. So battery life on my S8, let's actually bring out the battery and see what's been happening with that. So I've been using the phone, well, last 100% was 20 hours and 15 minutes ago, and I've got 25% left, so almost 24 hours, and I've got 25% left with heavy usage. Screen on time of about just over 3 hours, whereas on iPhone sometimes I was struggling to even go one full day. This one hands down wins the battery department. The next one is Google Assistant. Google Assistant is much better version of a Siri on an iPhone. It is integrated into the S8, so all you do is long press a home button and it comes up.
Sorry, I don't understand.
That's okay, I don't want you to understand. But it works really well. It asks you don't have to say specific commands. It understands what you're saying, different words, different dialects, different accents. Works perfectly. I've actually found myself using it much more than I was using the Siri. The next one is I'll probably say everyone would agree on this point. The looks. The looks of this phone is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is a gorgeous phone, all glass at the back, very premium to hold in the hand. Much better looking than an iPhone. iPhone is a good device as well, but if you compare the two, definitely S8 wins hands down. The next one is camera quality. The camera quality on S8 is absolutely brilliant. The photos are more vivid, a lot of contrast, deeper blacks. The same photo, if I take on iPhone and S8 would be, you could actually see the difference. It's that good. The other thing I like in the camera is you double press the power button and it launches the camera. Even if you're in lock screen or wherever you are, it works perfectly. Whereas on iPhone, you have to, the easiest bit will be if you go into the control center and then press the camera button there. So there's a shortcut, but not as quick as that's available on S8. The next one is VR. When I bought the phone, I pre-ordered mine, and I got the Samsung VR with the controller free of charge. I've played a few games on it, specifically Left 4 Dead. It cost me $4.99, I believe, but it's a bloody good game to play on a VR. You actually find yourself immersed in the game. Really good experience with VR, watching movies or watching some small videos. I wouldn't watch a whole movie on it, but small videos, it's absolutely brilliant. The next one is the openness of the Android system. For example, there's different lock screens you can install, different launchers you can install. For example, I'm using a Nova launcher. There are a lot of different options available on this one as compared to the stock Galaxy S8. You can download the files directly on your device. You can access your file system. For example, if I go to, so my files, so these are all my files. I can browse my SD card, my internal storage, everything in there. You can install different themes on it. I'm running a dark themes, so as you could see, for example, if I go in settings, everything is black. Very easy on eyes, good on battery. So that's the openness of the operating system. Along the openness, it comes customization. There are a lot of different icon packs you can install, different themes you can install. It's endless. Whereas on iPhone, that's not available. Okay, the next thing I like in S8 is always on display on it. So let's switch it off for a second. So as you can see, there's a time, date, battery percentage, and any active notifications on the phone. Really handy when it's charging on my bedside. So it's positioned this way. So you can see the time if you wake up in the middle of night, quick glimpse of time. Really handy to have always on display. You don't have to wake up the device to look at the time or any active notifications. So very handy. One of my best features in the S8. The next one, I know all the Apple fanboys will hate this, but headphone jack at the bottom. I can use all my normal headphones without a connector. Hands down, that's something I like in there as well. The next one and the last one is the resolution on this device. So let's bring the resolution on that and see. So right now I'm running Quad HD, so 2960 by 1440. You can change that to full high definition at 1080p. iPhone 6s, that's a 6s. That's not even a full high definition is not even available on iPhone 6s or 7. I believe 720p, that's on this phone, and iPhone 6s Plus and 7 Plus has 1080p. But this one is notch further. You can go Quad HD. So that's all, guys. So that's what I found. The differences between S8 and the iPhone in last 3 weeks of using an S8. When I bought the phone, I thought I'll maybe buy it for a few weeks and month and see how it goes. And so that's why I kept my 6S with me. I haven't put on sale or anything of that sort. But I think it's the time to sell it off. I'm really happy with S8. Few little things that I don't like on it, as I mentioned in the video before, but nothing major really. I can easily live with it. The advantages and the things that I like are much more than the things I don't like. So I'll keep my S8 and I highly recommend to check this phone out if you use an iPhone user. I'm sure you would love it. If you have any questions or any feedback, just put down in the comments below, and make sure you check out my unboxing of S8 and also comparison between iPhone and S8 on should you be moving from an iPhone to S8. So check out those videos as well, and make sure you subscribe and do a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate that. And yeah, any comments would be good. Thanks, guys.